Friends and family, welcome back to Bemusing Bill. What's up? This song, well, it's a special request. This is also an artist that I'm spotlighting because I've never heard anything that he has done. And his name is Garnet Rogers, the brother of the late great Stan Rogers. And the song is called Small Victory. Listen up. Okay? And I don't know really much about the song per se, okay? But this is for my sister, Gay, she blows my mind. This is a special request that she made to do this song. Now, this is what she says. The song makes me tear up every time. It's the story of a very special mare, a horse, that the couple bought. And this is because she says that she's familiar with Garnet's work because his wife is a horse person, and Gay also is a horse person. So they have interacted with each other often. So there's a connection there. That's really cool. I really, really think that's cool. And she says that the song makes her tear up. It's a very special mare that the couple bought just to save her from the meat buyers. With the good care she got from the Rogers, the mare flourished and produced a colt a couple of years later. The colt, named A Fine Romance is the name of the colt, went on to be one of the all-time greatest sires of thoroughbred sport horses. Thoroughbreds who aren't raced but are bred specifically to compete in other disciplines in Canada. So that small victory of saving a horse from a gruesome end enabled them to establish a very successful breeding operation. See? And then she sent me a little bit more details in another email. The events took place over 35 years ago. A Fine Romance, the colt, mentioned in the song, died in 2016 at the age of 25, always having lived with the Rogers. At the time this mare was purchased, the American equine slaughter industry was very active with a huge appetite for slaughter horses. Things have dramatically changed. It's now illegal to slaughter horses for food in the United States. And all slaughterhouses here have been shut down. All right, that's really, really good to know. You know what I mean? I didn't even realize it was like such an industry. I really didn't. There's a lot of things I knew about, horse meat being used in dog food and the collagen and things being used for glue and stuff like that. So I've heard of this stuff, but that's just a little background on this song right here, and I'm going to leave the link below for you guys to go over there and do the love thing, you know what I'm saying, to Garnet Rogers. And she said the video is not the greatest quality, but the song is. But right now, we're going to check out this one because this is what Gay wanted me to check out. And I'll do anything for my dear sister from another Mr. Gay. Okay? Also, if you would like to support this channel yourself, you could do so by checking out those links down below too. You could like, share, subscribe, comment. All those things are easy ways of supporting the channel. You could even join our Patreon, and doing so, which you can do for free, by the way, you can jump on our Discord as well. As long as you love music and you're a good person, you are welcome aboard, because that's all we got in that group over there, and I absolutely love it. Love you guys. Love you guys, my members. You guys are the best. Anyway, let me pull up the screen. All right, and I'm going to do the love thing right here. Smash that button. Look at that. He's got 300 likes. And now he's got 301. Let's get that count way up there, all right? All right, kids, buckle up. Let's do it.
With a song like Small Victories, what I'm trying to say there, in a sense, is that it's very rare that a person acts on a pure impulse, and not like a pure motive, a motive that's only for the larger good. And we see them every day. We see situations every day where we can kind of act on something good. We don't always do it.
It's true.
And when we ended up rescuing this old horse, it was not for any monetary gain. I mean, she cost us thousands, and she, you know, and endless sleepless nights sitting up with her when she got sick. And there's a real value in doing that. Anyone who has kids will tell you there's a value just simply in those endless nights sitting up when the kid is sick. There are things you do outside of yourself that they're not initially for yourself, but they end up being that way. The act of some sort of any kind of selfless act will eventually come back to you in some sort of reward.
That's right.
So maybe that's the central theme of that song. If I think about it long enough and hard enough, I'll figure out what the song's about.
Now, on this channel, if you're new to my channel here, we do words and music. So I'm hoping I can find these lyrics so we could do a deeper dive into the lyric aspect, the poetry behind this. We already know what the song's about, you know, but let me just back it up just a hair.
If I'll figure out what the song's about. You've no business buying a mare like that.
Ooh, I like his voice.
If you must. He bit the end off his cigar and spat it in the dust. She's old, she's lame, she's barren too.
Ooh.
She's not worth feed or hay. But I'll give her this. He blew smoke at me. She was something in her day.
So as a musician and as a guitar player, of course I'm checking out his playing technique, and he is quick. He is really quick finger picking those chord changes right there. That's not something that's really in my toolbox, because my skill set is a thrash metal guitar player. That being said, I am trying to learn finger picking and more techniques that are outside of the realm of metal. As a guitar player for 40 years, I think I owe it to myself to branch out. Don't you guys? You know? And, hey, listen, there's something to be said for my skill set, but, you know, as a guitar player, I feel like I need to be more well-rounded. So I'm really digging his technique on here. And those are some intricate chords he's playing, and he is making those changes while his eyes are closed, and he's singing along so quickly. Oh, I envy that. He's so good.
Something in her day.
I like his voice too.
I recall her well 10 years ago. She was a winner in her prime. She was fast and lean and willing, but they raced her past her time. And though she had the heart, her legs were gone. It wasn't hard to see. They kept her at it in the hopes of just one more small victory. And she was shunted round from track to track, from Kentucky up to Maine. They'd run her in cheap claimers, all doped up to master pain. And if it's my advice you want, I'd say the poor thing's had her day. Be throwing good cash after bad, best you turned away. Well, they led her around the auction shed, and the bidding started low. To go for dog food, someone said, the market's been that slow. But she raised her head and she pricked her ears, and before the hammer fell, she was mine. My friend turned round to me. You're soft-headed, I can tell. But she's been shoved from pillar to post, said I, and always done her best. They used her up, they wrung her dry, you'd think she'd earn a rest. So if she does not but end her days beneath some shady tree, I'll have saved her from the knacker's yard, and that's enough for me. Well, that was near 2 years ago.
It was
She's
awesome.
filled out some since then. The more so since she's been in full, she eats enough for 10. And this morning as I crept to the barn, around about 3:30, there stood nursing on still trembling legs one more small victory.
That's beautiful. So the song is called Small Victory. Listen Up might be a show it was on or something like that. It looked like it was actually separate. I wasn't sure if that was actually like, a subtitle to that or something. But let me see if I can find the lyrics here. I love the fiddle, and I think the two of them work so well together. That fiddle player reminded me of an old high school teacher I had. It'd be cool if that was him, but no, it's not him. I love his voice too, man. He's in that same register as his fellow countryman and a big favorite of mine, Gordon Lightfoot. Rest in peace. I'm a big fan of Gordon Lightfoot. So, immediately I got that vibe from him. And, it's that folk kind of music, country sort of flair. Beautiful in and of itself. Let's see if I can find something here. Oh, they even have a chord structure. All right, guys, let's check out the lyrics here. You've no business buying a mare like that, but buy her if you must. That's in quotes. He bit the end off his cigar and spat it in the dust. She's old, she's lame, and barren too. She's not worth feed and hay, but I'll give you this. He blew smoke at me. See, I love that storytelling. She was something in her day. That's what he says. But I'll give you this. He blew smoke at me. She was something in her day. I recall her well 10 years ago. She was a winner in her prime. She was fast and lean and willing. But they raced her past her time. And though she had the heart, her legs were gone. And it wasn't hard to see. They kept her at it in the hopes of just one more small victory. That's heartbreaking right there. I'm a big animal nut job, So anything like detrimental toward the health of an animal, and now you've made an enemy of me. Now I'm coming at you. You know what I mean? And all my friends in Discord, they know about me and my raccoons out back and the deer and everybody else I feed in the neighborhood here. My friends. They're my friends. So yeah, I don't like hearing stuff like that about the poor horse. Her heart, her legs were gone. Wasn't hard to see. They kept her at it in hopes one more win. She was shunted around from track to track, from Kentucky up to Maine. They'd run her in cheap claimers, all doped up to mask her pain. Heartbreaking. And if it's my advice you want, I'd say the poor thing's had her day. You'd be throwing good cash after bad. It's best you turn away. Well, they led her round the auction shed, and the bidding started low. She'll go for dog food, someone said. The market's been that slow. But she raised her head and pricked her ears, and before the hammer fell, she was mine. My friend turned around to me. You're soft-headed, I can tell. But she's been shoved from pillar to post, said I, and always done her best. They used her up, they wrung her dry. You'd think she'd earned a rest. Yeah, absolutely. So if she does naught but end her days beneath some shady tree, I'll have saved her from the knacker's yard, and that's enough for me. Yo, if I had the property and the money, I'd be rescuing everything. I'd be like Dr. Doolittle. Yeah, you're soft-headed, I can tell, but she's been shoved from pillar to post and always done her best. And I love how he says, now she's mine. And that's, if she spends a day under a shady tree, her last days, that's good enough. Well, that was near 2 years ago. She's filled out some since then. The more so she's been in foal. I'm not good on my horse terminology here, but I believe that means she gave birth or she's pregnant, right? Where the guy said to him that she was barren. So that's interesting. She eats enough for 10. And this morn, as I crept to the barn around about 3:30, there stood, nursing on still trembling legs, one more small victory. So that's the terminology there. She's been in foal. She's pregnant. And, right? Isn't that what the name of a baby horse is a foal? That's amazing. That's like miraculous, right? If the guy thought that she was barren. But yeah, one small victory. And you remember what Gay said? I said to you in the beginning about how that mare, bred this horse and became like, huge and lived for 25 years. And that's, see, you never know, folks. You never know. What an amazing story, an amazing artist. I give them both credit. I mean, both of these artists just absolutely amazing. A beautiful song, very touching to me. Gay, thank you so much. Major love your way, major hugs your way. I really do appreciate you. You're an incredibly wonderful human being. Don't ever stop being you. I really appreciate you being part of my life and Nancy's life. And listen, folks, you want to be on our Patreon and hang out with people like Gay and so many other wonderful, incredible people. The link's right down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. See ya!